Alright, so if we look at number 18, we are going to need some room. So I want you to go ahead and draw an arrow from number 18 down the side of your paper. We're going to show our work down here at the bottom. Number 18 gives us an ordered pair, negative 6 comma k. And it also gives us an equation, 5x minus 2y equals negative 24. I do want us to go and highlight this in the actual problem. And the question says, what is the value of k? So here's what we have to think about. Remember, anytime we're given a point, we are given an x and a y value. So on this problem, they're giving us the x value. They're telling us that x is equal to negative 6. And they want us to find the y value. So what we're going to do is we're going to use substitution. First thing we're going to do, that didn't sound right. The first thing we're going to do is rewrite that first equation, but leave the blank space for x. The reason we're leaving the blank space for x is because they're telling us that instead of x, we're going to plug in the number negative 6. And then after that, we're going to solve this just like it's any other equation. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. So you should have negative 30 minus 2y equals negative 24. To get y by itself, you're going to add 30 to both sides. And you have negative 2y equals 6. I'm just going to come over to the side because I'm running out of room. And to get y by itself, our last step is to divide by negative 2. So you end up with y equals negative 3. The only answer that matches is C. We take a look at number 19. It says, which of the following graphs is, and I want you to highlight, not a function. We're looking for the one that is not a function. So remember, on a graph, to find a function, you're going to use the vertical line test. If I draw a vertical line down that graph, we only can cross that line one time. On A, because we only crossed it one time, that one is a function. Label it F and cross it out. We're not looking for the one that's a function. We're looking for the one that is not a function. On B, same thing. If I drew a vertical line down that graph, I only cross it one time. So that one is a function. Go ahead and cross out B. On C, we have to draw lines and make sure that we never cross through more than one point. But as I drew that second line, I noticed I crossed through 2 points. That one is not a function because that vertical line went through more than 1 point. So obviously the answer is C. D is kind of weird, and we haven't really talked about having open and closed circles in the same line. But there, the open and the closed kind of cancel each other out. So that one actually is a function. Go ahead and label that F for function. And on the last question, number 20. Number 20 says, which of the following relations, and I want you to highlight again, is not a function? We're looking for the one that is not a function. So in this one, we are going to kind of write something down. We have to remember that for functions, and I'm kind of writing on top of the problem, x cannot repeat. X cannot be up there more than twice for it to be a function. So let's go through the tables. First thing I want you to do is I want you to go through and highlight the x columns for each one of these. So you know that we're only focusing on the x values. And after you highlight all of those, now we're going to look through and see, do any of these x values here repeat? None of those x values repeat, so A is a function. We're going to cross A out. Same thing on B. If you look at all of those x values, none of them repeat, so that is a function. You're going to cross it out. On C, look at the x values. None of those repeat, so that one is a function. Cross it out. If you look on D, the number 1 is up there 2 times. That one is not a function because x repeats, so the answer is D.